plan on streaming tonight, but I figured, well, I don't got anything going for me, and I rather not feel like crap, so why not stream? And I'm also going to be testing the little model that should be up and running. I actually need to preview the stream, and it works somewhat. It kind of does, but it is a little bit weird, but I don't know. I don't think I like it that much, but hey, that's just me. Um, I completely forgot I turned down my audio. Hi, Becca, and also, I'm not going to be streaming for too long. I just wanted to do this because my stomach's been bothering me, and I kind of just wanted something to do. Kind of get my mind off things. Um, so yeah. Um, so yeah. I'm going to be working on trying to finish this up tonight, and hopefully things go according to plan. Still sick, still feel like garbage mostly, and just trying to really finish this up, and that's really about it. Also, a bit of a key side note, I do plan on giving the model, it's just a work in experimental thing, because I'm not really sure the best way to like approaching certain stuff with it. Um, I do plan on maybe giving it a head and stuff like that, but right now I'm kind of just trying to figure stuff out and hold on, let me. Oh, that's like arms and buckles and stuff like that. Okay. Um, so I'm kind of just on the fritz. Um, it's kind of just like a work in progress thing where I wanted to test it out for today's stream just to see how it looks. And it's not bad, um, but it also is not perfect because of the way like I'm not very familiar with some of the systems with that CapCut uses for like the VTuber side of things. So kind of like making my own is kind of oddly difficult. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. I'm gonna probably mute myself for a bit, kind of try to focus and listen to some music. And if more people come in, then I'll start talking a little bit more. But till then, I'm trying to just focus because trying to get the Arcane style right is relatively difficult and super infuriating because I have to like blend in a lot of colors and stuff like that. So if like I go quiet, that is a reason. Like I'm just trying to focus, trying to figure this out. And also it is the other reason is because if I'm playing music, because I have my TV on, I don't want to get copyrighted because last thing I need is more copyright crap. And the music industry already hates my partial sarcasm there, obviously, but in general, it is like usually really difficult to like not get copyrighted when it comes to everything. I'm going through all these different layers. Just merge that one. Let me go through here and just put another layer there. Okay, good. So feel free to lurk, feel free to enjoy. I'm just gonna be trying to focus the best I can. Also, I am kind of testing in the waters when it comes to that little model of mine. I'm not completely happy with it because of the prism side of things. I don't fully understand how that whole thing works, where you have what's the word? What's the word? Like you have like I pulled it up and there was like 4 different slots, and it's like for the different head stuff, and I guess it would be like for expressions when talking. I don't completely understand it. Like, I was trying to come up with something, but it didn't really click. Which sucks, because it's like, I'm kind of testing the waters, and I'm hoping that the model at least looks good. There's 5 people in here. Oh, that's cool, I guess. Well, thank you. But yeah, I'm hoping, you know, like maybe I might try to refine the little model thing. I right now just have it as like a head. And the expressions part with talking and like trying to have it like, it's almost like stop motion. Cause it's kind of operates in a similar facet. To my knowledge. Now, I'm not for certain. I would have to kind of like talk to some people and kind of like get an idea of like, okay, well, how does the system really work when it comes to like that type of stuff? Because like I don't fully get it. I'm still kind of trying to learn like the basics. Like, yeah, I use Sketchbook, but I'm not that good, even with this. I wish I was. But I'm not. I'm trying to eventually, trying to get, well, I'm thinking, I'm trying to eventually get to a point where I can get certain things figured out with the stuff. And right now, with me being sick, I sound terrible. I look terrible. And not gonna lie, I feel terrible. I'm wanting to eventually. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. But I want to do it eventually. I want to try to get some videos out on the gaming channel and stuff like that. I did get, I think, one video out on the art channel just because I felt like, okay, it's nothing special, but it was more like just a test dub for, I'm trying to remember, what was it called? The Shadow Batman from Arkham Shadows, and I kind of just modified my voice a little bit. I tried to originally do it natural, and like tried to like scrunch my voice, but I was like, it sounded very forced, and also it like wouldn't really work audio wise. Which was part of the reason why I decided, okay, let's just modify it, put it in the deep category, and then like mess around with the distorted part to make it sound a little bit monsterish. But one of the problems that I had with that is it did feel a little bit like Venom for a bit. I was like, I'm not really sold on this, but it's like, well, it's either that or that, and it's like nothing I can really do. So I'm hoping next couple days I'm gonna try to get. I've been working on assets off and on, because like editing really takes the longest when it's like a long form ideas focused type of stuff, and I do want to maybe do some redesign stuff on the art channel, which, if you haven't already, the links are pinned, so you guys can check out the new videos on the other channels, which, shameless self-promotion aside, I do have some cool ideas that I need to do in that regard. It's just trying to find the time, which usually is the biggest enemy for me when I'm not getting banned from servers on Discord, which, who cares? Have to joke about stuff because, like, in a way, it's like I don't care. It's like stuff happens all the time. Getting banned from a store, let's get banned from a server. It's like nothing ever changes, and it's funny to me after a while, because like I never usually do anything, and I always manage to have something happen. But yeah, who cares? So kind of just get a laugh out of it, because what can I do? I'm trying to figure out I guess this works, because it kind of like has that buckle a little bit, but it's like a little bit kind of like messed around with. Okay, so that, I guess that works. And then I have to kind of shade this a little bit and figure that out. Which I'm hoping this goes according to plan. What else? My head hurts. And let's see. I do know that, I'm trying to think for a second. If I recall, there is supposed to be the Welcome to Noxus show, which I'm gonna call it right now, which I'm looking forward to the show, but I am gonna call something. I'm gonna call a prediction. I'm going to bet part of the reason why some elements of Season 2 were a bit rushed was because they were working on Noxus at the same time. Give me just a second. Give... Hold on. There we go. Shoot. There we go. Oh, hey, man. Welcome. Is this actually you, or is this pre-recorded? No, this is me. If it was pre-recorded, I wouldn't be able to respond to what you just said. And I wouldn't know how to pre-record a stream. That'd be a whole different beast entirely. Fair. And yes, I am tired. Because I don't feel good. I'm still sick. Duh. I'm still sick. And I'm terrible. And it's great. Because blah blah. But no, I am testing out a little model. Now, it's not a perfect model. It was based on one I made, I think, a long while back. Not gonna lie. And so I tried to, like, redraw it. You don't take long hiatuses. No, I don't, sadly. Unless my father decides to take every electronic that I have and also unplug my PS5 or disconnect it to the internet and change the password, then no, I don't take long hiatuses at all. My father, since he kind of owns the house, then that's the only way to get me to really take a long hiatus, is to just cut me off from the entirety of things. I wish I did, though. I guess it's a thing of, like, I try to force myself to take a little bit of a hiatus, but I thought a hiatus would be at least a week or two. Well, it's like, for me, it's like, I try to do that, but it's also like, I am a slave to the algorithm just a little bit. Just a little bit, you know? Because, like, if I take a long break, the algorithm kind of says, oh, he's dead. Well, channel's dead, let's, pull the plug. And it's like, oh, damn it. So I have to, like, come back every once in a while, and that kind of somewhat, limits things. Now, with the other channels, I can kind of go on hiatus a little bit, because if you notice, I don't upload on them too consistently. You know, it's like, because the thing with those is, like, I can't just upload whatever, like I can here. Like, with here, I can kind of upload, like, just whatever I want and say heck with it, or stream whenever I want. But over there, it's kind of like, I have to be more precise. I have to think in a different type of, thing. Yeah, I understood you. Like, you can't really take a hiatus because of your No comment, you fucking prick. I'm 6'4.5". I don't want to hear it. Shut up. This is why I say my community is just like freaking terrorizers. I swear to God. I meant YouTube side. Oh, well. I thought you were making some other jokes. Cough, cough. Yeah, whatever. And funny enough, actually, I did cross the 2K mark, which is nice. Both. Fuck you. Smart ass. I did cross that, which, cool, I guess. I'm happy. Congrats. Well, thanks. I don't really know how to feel. It was like, yay, more, like, yay. Like, I can't really. Here's my thing. It's the way I am with everything is kind of like, it's not that I don't care. It's just kind of like, I'm not. How do I say this? It's not really that I don't care. It's more like I'm kind of like, eh. It's not. It's hard to really talk about because it's like, for me, it's more like, yay. um, but I do kind of enjoy these types of streams where we just chill and talk. I know that they're working on the Welcome to Noxus show, so I'm kind of trying to finish this up because I kind of put it off for a while because I've had too many other projects I needed to get done. Because I do have Warwick I still need to do, but yeah. You got 2,000 subscribers, like 4 pairs of, yeah, yeah, which is great. Like, I can't complain. Like, it's not like I'm not happy about it. It's, people are awesome. Like, they really are. Also, if you're wondering, just out of curiosity, why there's a giant head on the side of the screen, just occasionally talking, that would be me testing out something a little different. So, I had like an old model that I made, like a 2D model. You know, yeah, the hat was a bit different. And I tried using it in videos once or twice, but like I tried to redraw it, and kind of test the waters for like a VTubing 2D type of thing, which I might try to kind of like mess around with. I wondered that. Yeah. Question for you. What's your question? I'm kind of testing the waters with it. I do want to kind of explore, because I kind of like doing a little bit of like, I wouldn't say VTubing. I kind of want to kind of do something a bit interesting with these streams because I have friends that have like models, and they, you know, when they do streaming stuff, they do have like VTuber side of stuff. It's hard to explain, but they kind of have that. So I kind of wanted to test the waters, because I made a model for myself, I think at one point. It was 2D, the same as this one, obviously, but I really didn't know how do I say this? I didn't really know how to really make, what am I doing tomorrow? Probably editing all day. I don't know. I didn't really know how that, you know, stuff works, and because I'm using Prism, so Prism, you know, Prism Live, they have a collection of like different VTuber stuff, but they don't really give you the option of like, if you have one of your that you've made, you know, it doesn't just like scan it and make something for you. So like, but they do have this one little thing where it's like, okay, you kind of can like make your own little VTuber in some aspects, where it's like, it's hard to explain, but basically you have like 4 different slots, and it's like for different expressions. Well, I don't really fully understand that, because it's like, you have to really think of it kind of like animation, but not animation. And I didn't really give it a body, so that is not the best. I'm kind of just testing the waters. Are you pale? A little bit. I'm half Irish, and also I'm white, so like I don't get a lot of sun. So like, funny thing is, when I was designing the model, like I might refine it and change it up, like kind of like redo it. But when I designed the model, like in my head, like I was doing a lot of stuff, I wanted to kind of base it off of not really an elf, but like I really liked, I don't know if you know, but like the ink tank, I think they did like a Amber McLean, for like Danny Phantom. You're Irish? Well, partially Irish. Um, my father's more Irish than I am. Well, not my birth father, but another one. The other one. Um, it's hard to explain, but I'm not going to get into it in the stream. But basically, but basically in some aspects, how do I say this? Who has the accent? He doesn't really have an accent, but he does have some of like the traits of the Irish stuff. Like he's more half Irish. Like it's more in the DNA. It's like I can do an accent, but I don't like doing it because it's like it sounds so stereotypical. It's like, "Hey, we doing? Looking for me Lucky Charms," and stuff like that. But no, he doesn't really have an accent. It's like more, how do I say this? Later Irish stuff, you know, like more like in the DNA, later on kind of stuff. It's hard to explain. I don't think that works. I'll fool with it here in a minute. Hold on, I gotta merge some layers up here. I think I might try to work on the stomach, because like she has this like unique. Wait a minute. Look at. And also I'm trying to think what else. I really like. I will admit this. I have tried watching again. I tried to rewatch season 2 with an open mind and a better perspective because I do love it. There's a lot of great moments, especially with Jinx's character and stuff like that. But I will say. Now, I don't think this is, like, an opinion that most Arcane fans will really disagree with. But I will say that I feel that it should have been 3 seasons, not 2. Because I feel like they did... Like, Gravity Falls did 2 seasons as well. But even then, with some elements, I felt that even Gravity Falls kind of had those moments where it kind of rushed through things and it kind of just wanted to, you know, do this or this. And I felt like if you try to cut something short, it does take a little bit of the pacing away. It's the same thing like with the Owl House, right? The Owl House got cut short. So, like with the 3 parts stuff for, what is it called? The 3-part, I'm trying to remember, 3-part season finale, I guess. There was bits of it like I could feel like there was so much story that I feel like they wanted to tell. And there was also stuff that like it needs proper pacing, needs proper stuff. And yeah, you can kind of try to do what they did. Like, Season 2 tried to, like, explain stuff through visual storytelling. But sometimes, like, that can work, but it also feels like, it does rush a bit. And I feel like, even with, the Owl House, it had to do stuff like that a little bit with, like, photos and other things to explain stuff. And, you know, kind of, like, fill in the gaps. And it was the same way with Gravity Falls just a little bit too. And I sometimes like that, but it doesn't always work. And I feel like when you do that, you have to be relatively careful, because it's like when you try to brush and rush through just because you have to, it does lose a little bit of like some of the momentum. Like, you have to have pacing, and you have to have like, you can't just jump from A to B to C to D to E to J. Like, the more you jump around, it does start to like feel rushed. And like when you do that, like at least with Amphibia, I do feel like there was elements of the finale with like the characters dying that was a little bit rushed, but I will say it wasn't cut short though. It did have like its own style of pacing where like it did slowly set up the things, and you like the fans really got to figure out like, oh, it's probably going to end like this, and what do you know, it does. But like the road to getting there was slowly, getting to A to B to C to D to E. Like it was like properly paced out just a little bit. Now, were there areas where like you could probably argue that it wasn't perfect? Sure. But like when my biggest thing is it's hard to get me into shows. But when you kind of like you get a great show and then like you kind of rush through it and stuff like for instance, I'll give you a prime example of a show that really ruined things. Umbrella Academy. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now. First couple seasons did great. I don't know what they were doing with the last season. I really don't know. I feel like everything that was great about the everything that was great before, and just the characters just felt like out of place. There was a couple that like I'll say like here's the biggest one that it really bothered me. Why would you have Mina and Five get together? They've never had any type of romantic. I'm not even gonna go there. I just why? Just why? I don't know. I'm a big comic book nerd. I love TV shows. I love different stuff. But for me, it's really one of those 50-50 type things. But I am looking forward to Welcome to Noxus. I'm not going to say that I'm not. I'm just hoping that this isn't going to be a pattern where basically they do a perfectly balanced first season and the second season is rushed to the finish. I feel like if that's the strategy that they're going to go for the TV shows, for League of Legends, I don't think that's going to click with everybody, because it's going to be a pattern that people are going to pick up on, and it's going to kind of like piss a lot of people off. Because I felt like here's how my pitch of how I felt like what I felt like season 2 could have been. I felt like season 2, the elements of what they had was good, but I would have kind of... I hate time jumps, because like there's a lot of like just fill in the blanks and blah blah blah, and that's always been something I can't stand in any shows. Like sometimes it works if it's properly handled, I felt like season 1's time jumps were handled, I guess you could say, fine. Because, like, you do spend, I think, a couple, like, okay. I think maybe, how long are, like, I think it was, the first episode with them as the kids. I think it was 3 episodes of them as kids. I'm not for certain. Now, I'm not going to swear to that. But I think it was 3, or it could have been 2. I'm pretty sure it was 3. I'm probably wrong, though. I'm probably wrong. But I felt like when I don't know. I feel like sometimes for me it's like in between, but who knows? I just enjoy the drawing aspect of stuff. Like, I mean, right now I have to figure out how to make this look like cloth without it feeling flat. Very fun task, let me tell you. I have to like blend layers together and like swoosh stuff. But yeah. Trying to think. Um, yes, I know. I know. I know. You've told me, Becca. You've told me. um, I'm trying to think. Um, I will say I do. I'm thinking about working on something for somebody who's a big Arcane fan on Twitter. I don't know if I'll have to ask her. Her icon's already pretty good though. Like she has a modified Jinx icon. Um, and you know she's pretty cool and she's great to talk to sometimes. Um, and if I ever need like any advice on like something like Arcane related, it's like, you know, it's always good to talk to someone who's like a mega fan. It's like, here's my biggest advice is like, a fan will tell it to you straight if you butcher something when you're doing fan art, regardless of what it is. I'll just say it as it is. My biggest advice to like, you know, like if I'm going to draw like someone from Arcane, if I like my biggest thing is like, or draw not just a character from Arcane, but draw any type of character from a franchise. If the best person to go to when if you're drawing something from a franchise is not another artist, go to a fan, because I'm gonna say this because this is probably the part that's going to be weird, but go to a fan. Like, yeah, not every person's an artist, but if you butcher it, they will tell you, and they will be brutal. And if they like it, they'll like it, but if they don't like it, they will tear it to shreds, and they'll give you every reason why you butchered it. And I actually like that, because I love, you know, talking to fans, or like just in general, like of a franchise, whether it's Arcane, whether it's what else, Ben 10, I guess, or what other franchises that I do? What do I like? Arcane, Ben 10, Danny Phantom, Tron. What other stuff? There's so many. Resident Evil, Don't Make Cry, stuff like that. I feel like for me, if you go to a fan, more than likely, you know, like, they will, if you draw something and you show it to them, if you butcher it, they will tell you. And I know this because I think I did a drawing once, and I think it was Pokemon, and like a Pokemon fan, I don't remember when this was. I think they eventually deleted their comment though, but they did tell me, they just straight out said, this looks bad. Like, I like, there's so many things wrong with it. And I don't know, like, he's like, I'm not insulting you, but as a Pokemon fan, like, I'm not an artist. Which Pokemon? I don't remember what it was. I don't remember which Pokemon it was. But I remember it was like a short, and I got a lot of hate on it, but I think it was like a painting. And I think it was Pikachu. It was Pikachu. I remember now. It was really a long time ago, and it was Pikachu. I did it. And I guess they saw the short and it's like, this is terrible. Like, this is terrible. Like, here's the thing. He's like, I get, it looks good. Like, here's the thing. He said, I think they said something on the lines of like, they said, the problem is that when you don't know the style or like have a grasp of like an anime style, it's more than likely when you're trying to redraw something and you want it to look that way, it looks 10 times worse. And he said, it's cool that you tried to paint, but here's what he said. He's like, the inking for when you tried to ink it and the stuff, like, it clashes, and also the certain things look a little bit weird, like the proportions look terrible. And also, like, you know, did you butcher? I wouldn't say I butchered him, like I was like, here's the thing, I was just starting this channel. I will fully admit this. This is like really far back, and I was just starting this channel. I think I drew it in pencil and then inked it, and like I was like kind of trying to figure out what is my style, what if it like I'm trying to draw and stuff like that, and I was just trying to like challenge myself to draw different shit. Um, you know, in general. And I they tore me a new one. Like they didn't give me any room for error. And like I actually had to like actually think about it, cuz like at first I got really mad and I was like, how dare they? But it's like, and then I thought about it for a bit. Cuz like if you go in that with that attitude of like, how dare they criticize me? How dare they? But and it, like I'm above that, but it's like, no, you're not. And I'm actually glad. Like I'm so glad that they did that, because as a fan, like they actually just gave me a better perspective, because it was like I actually had to think about it, because it's like if like if I didn't get that, I probably would have went around with like, oh, this is so perfect, I did great. It's like, no, I fucking didn't. Like he's what I think he even offered up some I think it was like he even offered up a thing of like, if you're going to draw Pokemon, study up on the style first. I'm going through your old streams. No, it wasn't a stream, it was a short. I think it was a short. It wasn't a stream, it was a short. And I have thousands of shorts, so it's like a paint it was a painted, penciled, inked Pokemon, whatever. And but the thing was, he actually said, study before you draw it. Like, here's the biggest thing is like, study, have photo reference, study a pose, figure out a good color that works, and also figure out like, what do you really want to do? Like, if you're drawing something for fun, if you want it to look a little bit weird, or you want to do it in your own style, fine. But judging by the way you drew it, I see it, it's painted, but yeah. Basically, the way you drew it, you're trying to imitate the... I think he deleted his comment, though. I think she or he deleted their comment. And I don't know where it was. I couldn't find it if I tried. But basically, they said, like... why? I don't know why. Like, they just deleted it. Like, I didn't delete it. Like, I actually went back and tried to look for it. And, I can't even remember their name, though. It was something like they had like a freaking Pokemon icon, ironically enough. And I think it like, if I remember correctly, and I don't know what their name was, but they had a Pokemon icon, and like they had like their like almost like an OC, like a character, their OC Pokemon type, trainer with their Pokemon. Like, it was weird. But basically, they said, they told me that they said, like, I'm not trying to insult you, I'm not trying to give you shit, but as a fan, like, especially, like, as a massive fan, like, I always have hated, yeah, my boy looks lifeless and yeah, exactly. It's terrible, I know, but I'm actually kind of glad, like, they gave me that point of view of, like, you need to do better. Improve. And, like, they basically just kind of ripped me a new one. They just kind of, like, just said it as it was. And I can't even get mad about it. Like, looking back at it, I'm actually glad they did, because, like, every project I do now, no matter what it is, I always try not to butcher something. And and I'm always overly critical. Why do you have such a... Yeah, I know. It's like, here's the thing. I don't remember how old I was when I drew it. Because I did start the channel back in... When did I start this channel? Like, I was kind of trying to get the hang of, like, I was still trying to find my style and trying to find the stuff. When did I start the channel? June 12th, 2023. So, 2024, 2025. So I guess it would be a year and a half, and I was still trying to figure stuff out, and I was still trying to figure out like a style, and I wasn't very good with like traditional. Like I tried. Like I will admit I did try. I'm not perfect, but I did try, and I'll admit my faults. You were like 19 or 20. Yeah, probably around like 19. Probably around that marker. Yeah. Cause like I'm 21 now. Ironically enough, I'm 21 now. But you know, I don't look it with my face, but I am 21. So like I was kind of really trying to figure stuff out. I wasn't really perfect. There's a lot of terrible old drawings I have. I have like a ton of like really bad, really like I mean bad drawings. Like, and like the thing is like, how do you look in real life? Well, I haven't shaved, so I kind of look scruffy, but I kind of look like Dante, but minus the white hair. I kind of look like him, just a little bit. But in the realm of like, when I drew that whole thing, the Pokemon thing, I'm actually kind of glad. I will admit, I'm kind of glad that they gave me, like, they kind of ripped me. They said, one, it looks terrible. They just flat out put it. They just said, it looks terrible. He said, like, the coloring's off, the expression, the proportions are off. Like, you don't have a grasp of the style of what Pokemon is at its heart. You obviously, like, you're not a fan of it, so like you're trying to imitate what the style and the character, and you did a piss poor job. And like they just said everything. It's like, I'm not, and then they even said, like, I'm not being a dick, but as a fan, they just said, I would expect a lot of, like, you have to, you know, try to do, like, I respect that you're trying here. It's not like you're just, like, half-assing it. You are trying. So I'll give you a bit of credit where credit's due. But you really need to improve and study. And she just said, I'm not an artist, but with Pokemon, they have different proportions, and also they have different color palettes and different stuff. And sometimes you can paint them, and sometimes you can do color pencil, and sometimes you can do different stuff. But it doesn't always work. And if you're a beginner and you're trying to do it with like a different style, like what you're doing, it's not going to come out looking great because it wasn't designed for that. If you had more experience and you have more time on your hands to like study the stuff and blah blah blah, especially when it comes to, you know, Pokemon, and actually study the style and study, you know, this or that, then yes, you might be able to like figure it out and it to look better and blah blah blah. But they didn't tell me just to take down the entire video and blah blah blah, but what they said is keep practicing, and if you ever get the time to do this ever again, just study. Like, do your research before drawing it, because for 3 reasons. You are going to piss somebody off for how bad it's going to look. Yes, you're going to get hate, and hate's not good. And I'm not trying to hate on you, but I am trying to say that you need to do better. And they just, you know, left it at that. And that's really it. And I'm actually glad. You know, it's like, it's one of those things where hate does... Okay, I'll say this when it comes to hate messages. I don't always like them if they're just designed to be a dick. The person was right about the pig. Yeah, I know they are. I will admit. Like, but if, like, I will say this, something that they did teach, like, they did tell me is, like, you know, it looks terrible, stuff like that. But it also taught me a lesson. They said, and also don't think I'm hating on you. Like, you have good skill. Like, we had a little bit of a back and forth. And they said, like, you have great skill, but the thing is, yes, I can tell that you are a bit of a beginner. And I'm not even an artist, but I do have friends that draw and, like, you know, I love Pokemon, but the thing is, for me, is that I actually had to do stuff. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what they said. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. But basically, in general, they just told me, and they said, just always make sure to, like, do the research for the franchise you're trying to draw. Like, because, like, it's gonna look insulting to somebody that you're just, or it'll look half-assed. And I think I don't remember what else they said. I'm trying to remember. But, yeah. How did you get your name? Well, this new one? Or the RMX thing? Okay. Funny story. So, ironically enough, this wasn't the original name I had. I actually went through 3 different names. The original one... There's a reason why I changed it. It's actually, ironically enough, funny enough, I actually left it on the PlayStation, on one of my PlayStation names, which was, because the original name that I had was RM Partum Sthiti, which were 2 different words, one for creative and the other would be for artist. It's like different name stuff, blah, blah, blah. You know, different language. But a lot of people had trouble pronouncing that. And that is like, and also because it had the RM part, it kept putting me in the recommended with BTS crap. And I got sick of that. Because it's not, no hate to those guys, but it's like, I hated that after a while. It would get very much on my nerves. So then I changed it. So I went through several different names. Or I think not several, but like a second name I went with was like Renegade, Artist, blah, blah, blah. Didn't like that one. Just didn't like it. Felt that it just didn't work. And I thought, okay, what is something that no one's done before and it's simple? And, you know, it's like I wanted to keep the RM part because it's like stands for the initials of my name. And I thought, that's cool. And I thought, well, what? Yeah, it sounds a little emo. Yeah. And I thought, well, why not just add another letter to it or something? And I actually settled on RMX because I thought, okay, well, you know, like, it's not bad, but if I just left it like that, I thought, well, then it wouldn't really do too much. Because, like, there's also brands that are called that as well. So I thought, okay, RMX Art. That's not been done before, because I actually, ironically enough, actually looked into it as like, okay, well, has anybody actually done RMX Art? And it's like, no, they haven't. So I thought, okay, well, it needs something a little extra. Also, yes, I am working on Jinx. Hi, Magni. And basically, I thought, okay, what could work here? And I thought, okay, RMX Art, what? And I thought, well, okay, my birthday is the 28th, so I thought, okay, why not? You know, like, RMX Art 28. So I figured, it's simple, it's somewhat easy to pronounce, it's not as bad, you know? So I thought, why not? Also, yes. I miss and I love her, yeah. Simp! But don't forget to like the stream. Thank you. But no, so basically, that's how I got my name. Cliche and boring. Yes, I know. But I went through like a lot of different trial and error stuff. When it comes to the name. Whereas like really just me messing around and figuring out like what works. And I think, hold on, I might lower the opacity of that, and then so you went from hot boy to emo, now to more like I went from dumb long ass name that was too hard to pronounce to another name that I thought looked cool, but I realized was still hard to pronounce, but also just didn't fit me, to something relatively easy and that has gotten me relatively easy success. So pretty much, I just went from hard ass shit to normal. So fun. Let me darken these just a little bit. I don't want to blacken them too much, but I do want to like change the opacity. Alright, that's not bad. Pause. Pause, nothing. I did actually try to, and that's why the links are pinned. I did upload some stuff on the separate channels. So if like you guys want to check those out, go right ahead. They're just up there because like I want them to be. Why not, you know? I can't really say too much. I'm looking real quick. Twitter, nothing there. Okay. I'm trying to think. Jesus. Well, that's something. Hold on. I'm looking real quick. Okay, never mind. Alright, never mind. Never mind. Also, now, my girl, yes. I will say, I'm trying to think real quick. I'm trying to think. I do want to, no. On the art channel, sorry. I do kind of want to eventually. Now, I don't know when. I don't know if it's in the cards, depending on how busy she is. And also how busy I am, because I don't want to start up too many new projects. When I'm not really, how do I say this? I don't want to, here's my biggest thing. There's a reason why I'm doing this tonight, working on Jinx. Main thing is, A, I like drawing. B, it's my damn channel. And C, also, it's a project that I've kind of, I wouldn't say put off. I don't want to use the words I put it off. But I've kind of like, I haven't had the time to really work on stuff as much as I'd like. Because I keep putting new projects first, and like I have to either. Here's my biggest. Okay, this is one of my biggest things, and God only knows that many people know this about me. Kayla knows this, Lynn knows this, freaking my own father knows this. I most of the time bite off more than I can chew. So I basically, start up a bunch of different things, and I'm like, my brain is like it's on crack without the crack. Where basically, because of like the ADHD and attention, I wouldn't say attention deficit, but basically I'm jumping around and doing a bunch of stuff, bunch of projects, more than I need to. Like, really, I shouldn't really be doing more than like one project at a time, because like it really just, how do I say this? It really doesn't really work for me. But the thing is, I kind of like to jump around and do A, B, C, D, because like I can't stay focused on just one thing at a time. Because if I do, it's more likely it's not because I want to, it's because I'm forcing myself to. I like sometimes working on multiple things. My problem is that I put so much that I never really get finished on any of the stuff that I need to finish, because I'm doing so much. Which is one of my biggest reasons why I don't like doing requests. If I do like requests, it's fairly subtle. It's hard to do requests on stream. It's hard to do anything. Like, I wouldn't even say it would be hard for me to do a commission, because like I don't like the idea of wasting someone's time, because like if they paid for something, I have to genuinely focus on doing it, and that to me is very hard. And it's not because of them. It's mainly because of me, working on so much. Because, like, I wouldn't even say that I could do commissions. It's more like I'd be afraid to, given the fact that I have a track record of just putting so much before everything else. Like, if like you have to be quick, which is like one thing about being an artist, but also you have to genuinely, like, have a good like schedule, a good mindset of like doing stuff, like for me, like you have to like, okay, it's kind of like operating on like almost like homework, right? You have to get it done, but it's like sometimes like you have also other things you have to do that you put ahead of that, and you're constantly putting this or this or this or this, because, and then if you don't get the homework done, then it's never going to get done, and like you're going to fail. So it's kind of like that, it's kind of like, in some aspects it's kind of like homework or something. But yeah, I'm gonna head to sleep. I will catch you the next stream. Alright, man. I'm sorry that the streams are always this like very late. I want to start trying to maybe do more like earlier streams. So like I kind of want to try that. I haven't done any gaming ones in a while. I know. I do want to fix that. I do want to kind of stream some gaming stuff on the Twitch, but also on here. I guess I kind of put it off because it's like, I don't know, I don't want to keep replaying the same stuff. But I'm hoping to kind of change that, which hopefully that changes, but I don't know, you know. It really just depends. But you have a good night, rest up, all that jazz. I will catch you next stream. Have a great night. Take care of yourself. Don't be a doofus. Stuff like that. So yeah. What else? Hoping, if you guys ask, I'm okay. I have a couple projects that I'm going to be working on for the next while. So I do have art stuff that you'll see off and on. I did start. I haven't finished it. That's why I have like the short up. So if you guys are curious on the art channel, I do plan on like putting out some like original drawings off and on. Shameless self-promotion, sorry. Because I did one new one, which was The Bride from, I think because like the new season, not really the new season, but the final, like I think like the season of Creature Commandos ended, so like I drew The Bride, which I plan on finishing. I don't know when I'll finish it, obviously, because like doing any type of art or any art at all is draining and it takes a lot of work. And also I'm currently sick, so that's fun. And I'm hoping not to get even more sick. I'm kind of pushing myself a little bit for these streams, and I know I shouldn't, but it's like one of those things where I feel like I need to, because like there's been so much going on recently, and I kind of feel like, you know, it's nice to just chat and hang out and chill and work on art or just play a video game and have some fun. And you know, I try to just do whatever when it comes to these streams. I plan on maybe, you know, figuring out like a schedule that is a little bit better, because like also I have like I need to upload on the other channels, and I did try to upload something today, which I don't really think it's gonna do well, but it's one of those things where it's like I don't care, like just have fun with it. That's really all it's about anyways. And I'm hoping to kind of like branch out and mess around with some stuff whenever I can. I'm hoping. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I have most of like her top half done. I just need to do like the glove and like maybe because she has like a glove on. And if you know anything about gloves, they're fairly unique. I'm trying to think. What else? And yes, I do plan on trying to upload some more media stuff. I'm trying to figure out like what would be some stuff that is going on that like I can like upload, you guys will like. I do kind of want to upload some stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. I would upload some more Sonic movie, like Sonic 3 stuff, but I don't want to upload too much of it. One, because Paramount. Two, because like I can't really find many scenes that really would like grab people. Because there's a couple that are great, but it's like I don't want to put out too many things. I might try to find like maybe, I would say maybe try to find the one of like Shadow meeting Maria, but it's like, do I want to like mess around with too much of that? Nah. But you know, like I don't want to do too much and bite off more than I can chew. But I do want to upload some more stuff. Just really depends. Cause like working on this stuff is fun. And like watching the movies and stuff like that. Find the clips though, it is a bitch, but you know, what can you do? Let's see, what is that? You gained 200 subscribers. Yay! Thanks, you too. Well, go to bed. It's alright. Stream will be here. If you're tired, go to bed. Get some rest. It is kind of late anyways. No shame in that. Thanks, you. It's alright. You don't really have to have my permission, just, you know, it's alright. Maximilian is live on Twitch. Nice. Good old Maxi. I'm gonna check on my Twitch side of things as well. Hold on. Let's see. At least I got somebody watching on the Twitch side of things. So, thank you. Oh shit. Thank you for 206. You guys are awesome. think. There we go. I don't know if I'll finish this tonight because obviously. The hell? Yeah, I know. Buzz off. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I'll finish this tonight because obviously I have stuff I need to do. So I'll probably, let's see, how long am I been streaming? Like an hour? What time is it? 11? I'll keep going for a little bit. When it hits like 12, I'll get off. Trying to think. Also, I'll probably try to work on some assets for... Did I bump the freaking recording? I did. Discard. I didn't realize that I had the recording or the time-lapse thing on. This whole time, I, freaking, while I've been drawing, I've had the stupid time-lapse thing on, so thank God I realized that and turned that off. Luckily. Oh, crap. Ow. Head. Stomach's a little bit better. Can't say the same for my nose. I still feel like garbage. Turn these down just a little bit. Light shading for the stomach. Just light shading. I'll have to work on it a little bit later. For the love of... What is it now? Let's see. might try to work on this a little bit more off and on. Maybe off stream. I'll try to probably get it done and put it as like maybe a short on like the art channel, just cause I don't know what I can do for other stuff. Like I know I'll have young Jinx beside her, and then like I don't know if I'll have like Isha beside young Jinx, or I would have like Isha up here or something. I don't know. I'll have to like figure that out. I love her. You did her justice. Well, thank you. Well, this is like an old project that I did, and I kind of just... I wouldn't say I gave up on it, but it's like I kind of... I had so much going on. God darn it. I still have like a bunch of like shading and stuff like that. Because obviously an artist is never done. An artist's work is never done, I should say. I'll probably have to like tweak stuff and like mess around with like the coloring, because like I have to like always like because Arcane has like this unique style of like, you know, mixing different stuff, almost like a gouache or painting, and I have to like take a fairly similar like approach, and let me get like a blender, like let me lower it a little bit and kind of like mix stuff around with the blender. Because like blending isn't too bad if you know what you're doing. And I can kind of like mix together that and then lower the opacity and then go back and layer and layer and layer, because usually that's how it goes with like the layering, is like usually fairly simple, but it's like you have to like think in a different realm because it is a different style. And Arcane operates in a very different style digitally that I actually have to account for. So I have to like mess around with layers, coloring, and have to like go in and do all that. And it is 12 o'clock, and it is okay, so I will color a little bit more of the stomach, and then I am going to plug up my stuff, and I wouldn't say head to bed, but I am probably gonna just like relax for the night. My head. And maybe do some of this stuff to maybe off camera, work on it tomorrow. while I'm also working on videos, because I do have the Gravity Falls, how I would make a Gravity Falls video game video that I still need to edit and record, which has been difficult because I am sick. So fun shit. Really fun. And I have to like do that. Dang it. I gotta merge. And basically I have to do that tomorrow. So I have the Gravity Falls video that I'm gonna probably try to get at least figured out and recorded, because like I have the beginning figured out somewhat. I also have the Arkham Origins video, and I'm gonna try to remaster or rework some old animation stuff. So I'm gonna try to get out some animation stuff on the art channel as well, besides just test dubs and stuff like that. I do want to maybe try doing animation stuff and fixing my old I'm trying to think, my old Vanos Crew animations, and also just any like other stuff as well that I might try to tweak or redo, or just stuff like that. And also I'm going to try to get out some art videos over there when I can. Like I'm not like I'm not consistent. So like with the other two channels, I do want to kind of be a little bit more consistent, but I am going to be kind of like keeping an eye off of like Twitter and Discord and stuff like that for a while. Try to focus mainly on just getting stuff done, which is just my main goal. And that's difficult because I'm sick, so yeah. But now, with all that out of the way, I'm done for this evening. I got a little bit done. I tried to get more, but I apologize. Like, it's late. It's like 12:05, so like I try to stream for like an hour, or at least an hour and a half or two, but you know how it is. I'm probably gonna try to maybe, I'm not for certain, so if I don't stream tomorrow, I'll try to be careful. Then the stuff just fell through, but I will try to get, I'll probably try to get as much as I can done tomorrow. So like video stuff, art stuff, whatever. So keep an eye out on this channel or the other two. The links are at the top, so make sure to like the stream, share it around if you guys enjoy, and also follow the Twitch. And what else? Shameless self promotion here. Just keep an eye out, like check the community post if I post any art stuff or any updates, or just anything in general. Keep an eye out. But until the next stream, which I have no idea if it will be tomorrow or not, just peace out, and thank you guys for all the support on the channel recently. You guys are amazing. Keep it up. You really just motivate me to keep me going. So I can't thank you guys enough. But alright, peace out. Bye bye.